Blessed risings, good afternoon or good evening, depending where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that KPP Podcast is a global show. And today, on this episode of Those Model Citizens, we will be discussing Washington State teens charged as adults in gang linked stabbing of boy 14 who was tied to tree cut open. We'll be discussing this and more when we return from these brief messages. And we are back. This is a Fox News video by Aaron Stinson. Hold on. Let me go ahead for poop too before they try to block the video. Fair using. Let's get that house way. If you're tapping in, tap in. Let it say one. Let us know where you're tapping in from. Take it away, Chavez.
Tied to a tree and stabbed multiple times. That is just some of the pain this 14-year-old had to endure. We want to warn our viewers, details involved in this case are disturbing. Lions Park in Everett, what usually is a playground for some, turned into a beating ground last week. Court documents state two 17-year-olds, Milo Canales and Hayden Loosebrink, led a 14-year-old into the park. They're both being tried as adults. Documents say another girl invited the victim to Lions Park to hang out. The victim told police he believed he was being set up. When the victim and the girl got there, Canales and Loosebrink came out from behind the victim and started to attack him. They're accused of pistol whipping him, pinning him to the ground, and then pummeling and stomping on him. Canales is accused of carving an N into the victim's chest with a knife. Court documents say that, quote, the N would stand for Norte or Norteño in reference to a gang. According to law enforcement, the gang is known to be active in the Everett area. The violent attack on December 17th lasting an estimated 20 minutes. Court documents state the victim was stabbed 8 times with deep slash wounds to the stomach and torso. The teen was stripped of his clothing, tied to a tree, and left for dead. Investigators say he managed to untie himself, run to a nearby house for help, where that neighbor called 911. In less than 24 hours, both Loosebrink and Canales were arrested. Investigators say Canales was seen on camera in possession of the victim's clothing at his home in Marysville. And investigators say this all stemmed from gang activity, as well as some type of altercation at Lakewood High School where all 3 teens are students. We know that Canales' bail has been set at $1 million. Loosebrink's bail set at $300,000. He has since bonded out. As for the victim, he was treated at Harborview Medical Center. We know he is expected to survive. We, of course, will continue to follow this case as new details become available. Reporting from outside Everett Police Headquarters, Dave Detling, Fox 13 News.
That sound like, you know what that sound like to me? Sound like to me immigrant gangs, Venezuelan gangs, Mexican cartel gangs. The Norteños, ain't that what he said? Kind of like the Serenios? Is that what? That's what I heard. That's what I heard. So when the title's misleading, when they're like Washington State teams, like these are no. Norteños? What's the immigration status? We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to say that. Are your parents legal? Are you illegal? Or did your parents come over here illegally and now automatically now you're here legally now because you was born here, but that don't make you a citizen, right? Not truthfully, because your parents aren't over here legally. So you don't know nothing about the culture. So now you're bringing the culture, your culture over here, which is what? Right? Animalistic. I mean, you disemboweled the dude. And then is the N really Nathaniel, or is the little boy black, and that really means nigger? Huh? Either way, that doesn't change the ethnicity of the perpetrators, right? And the gang banging. Now, the boy probably, they said gang banging, so maybe he was in the Serenios and then Nathanios, and then they're beefing in Everett, Washington, because what we do know is there's no Negroes there like that. That's what we do know. That's what we do know. What you gonna do, y'all? While y'all sitting and still trying to act like it's FBAs and black people out here, right? Like it's us out here doing the crime. No, you see who's doing the crime. You're disemboweling people. What I said in a couple episodes prior to this one about the machete use, about the girl stabbing the pregnant woman over the pizza delivery charge of the $2, right? I mentioned in that about the knife skills and the machete. That's part of their culture. It's part of their culture. The sneak over here culture with the knives and the machete skills. You're over here illegally. What you gonna do about it? But y'all, Trump gonna do this. Biden didn't do this. Huh? That's why I worry about getting that check cut. Get on code. We learn here today, boys and girls, like I keep saying, it ain't us doing the crime. It ain't us. Wake up, dum-dums. It ain't us. We need to stop all the black crimes. We need to stop it. It ain't us, dummy. Focus on being on code and getting the check, Hakuna Matata. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being off code. Gonna leave you with 4 words, as we always do around this time. Subscribe, like for the spike, comment your vomit, and share if you care, if you dare, to get Black empowerment everywhere. We're on all of the platforms: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. Come and take a look. You might get hooked. Don't by the fake Keep It P podcasts that are out here. Love, peace, blessings, and maloha. I gotta go ha for sure ha. You already know how. Big brother like Bryce Supremo Mike T signing off.